What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are already part of the family, thank you guys so much for being here once again with me today. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Kia Selena, also known as Nurse Key, and on my channel I talk about nursing and health, but we also do a bit of beauty, vlogging, lifestyle, and a little bit of everything. So if by the end of this video you enjoy this content and you like what you see, consider What is up, you guys? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Kia Selena, also known as Nurse Key, and on my channel I mainly talk about nursing and health, but we also do a bit of beauty, vlogging, lifestyle, and a little bit of everything. So if by the end of this video you enjoy what you see, consider joining the family by subscribing and turning on your notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post future content. All right, so in today's video, we are going to be talking all about sign-on bonuses, and I'm a little bit excited to do this video because I got about 3 or 4 messages this week about sign-on bonuses, which is quite a coincidence because I was recently offered a job that also offered a sign-on bonus as well, and I kind of just wanted to tell you guys where I stand on them because I know a lot of people are very skeptical when it comes to taking sign-on bonuses, and there are definitely a lot of things to consider when choosing a sign-on or when choosing to sign a sign-on bonus or a sign-on contract or anything that offers a bonus. So I wanted to go over those things with you guys because there are pros and cons to everything, right? And as much as it may look good, it may seem very exciting, it may be very tempting to want to go towards those things or those kinds of bonuses, there are quite some things to consider. All right, so before we start the video, I just want to let you guys know that on January 10th, I will be launching an online course. I remember when I started YouTube, there was not a lot of nursing YouTube channels online. And as the years went by, nursing literally blew up and a lot of people are wanting to start a YouTube channel. And I know we all have a lot of experiences and knowledge that we can share with other nursing students or other nurses that can help us along our journey. So I decided to create a course called Nurses Creating. It is a course specifically for nurses or nursing students who are wanting to grow their YouTube platform and have a big influence, right? So Nurses Creating, launching January 10th. I'm going to create an email list, or I'm actually in the process of creating an email list. So if you are interested in this course, it is going to be a very affordable price. Make sure you leave your email down below, or you can go down in my description and you will see my Instagram. You guys can send me your email on Instagram and you guys will be getting the updates about this course. I'm not saying I'm a professional or anything like that, but I have grown my channel significantly, especially this year. I gained over almost 40,000 subscribers this year alone. So I learned one or two things, being on YouTube for, over 3 years now. I had this channel for 3 years, but I was on YouTube before that. I've learned a lot of things and I want to share all that knowledge with you guys so that you guys can grow your YouTube channel and have the impact on others that you guys want to have. So if you're interested, once again, leave your email down below or DM me. Now let's get into the video. So the first thing you need to do is you need to ask yourself, why are they offering this sign-on bonus, okay? Sign-on bonuses is not something that every single facility will offer. Usually if a facility is offering a sign-on bonus, it means that there's a catch, right? There's something behind closed doors that you may not know about, and that is why they are offering the bonus, right? So that is the first thing that you need to consider. You need to ask yourself, why are they offering this nursing sign-on bonus in the first place? The next thing I want you guys to understand about sign-on bonuses is that usually they are offered to keep you in that facility for an extended amount of time. Usually if you sign a sign-on bonus, once you sign the contract, it makes it very hard for you to leave the facility. And that's one of the things that I don't like. Now, the thing about facilities is that you never actually know what it is that you're walking into. You don't know the working environment. You don't know how the facility is. You don't know how they do things. You don't know how the nurses are, right? The nurses might actually be really suffering in that facility, right? And a lot of the times, based on my personal experience, one of the facilities that offered me a sign-on bonus was a facility that I applied at quite a long time ago, and they are in desperate need of nurses now, and so they're using the sign-on bonus kind of as a way to lure nurses in, because a lot of nurses have been quitting the facility. Now you need to go do your back work and try to figure out why nurses are quitting that facility, if that's the case in your facility. If you are able to maybe if you have like a friend or somebody that might work in that facility, ask them what's going on, because usually there's something deeper than deeper than the sign-on bonus itself. So the risk about sign-on bonuses is that you don't know if you're going to be happy in that facility. You can decide to sign this sign-on bonus, and usually it's for something in return, right? They're not just giving you this money because they're super kind. They are giving you this money to, once again, like I said in the beginning, they're using this money to try to get you to stay in the facility. And that can be for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, depending on the sign-on bonus. And a lot of facilities will also offer to pay for you to go to school. A lot of facilities will actually require for you to go back to school and offer to pay your schooling, and then also tell you that you're obliged to work at that facility for a certain amount of time. So the risk with that is that, once again, you don't know exactly what you're walking into. And for me, I need to be happy. I need to be comfortable. I need to be content in the place that I work at. At the end of the day, we are nurses and we are taking care of human beings. We are administering medications. We are doing invasive procedures all the time. People's lives are in our hands, right? And it does not take much to do something wrong and put somebody's health at risk. And the last thing you want to do is sign a sign-on bonus, and then you're trapped in this facility that doesn't supply you with proper PPE, especially in a time like this where nothing is taken seriously, where workers are super mean, DONs are super mean and everything, and then you're just stressed, unhappy, depressed in that place. That is not the state of mind that you need to be in as a healthcare professional going in to take care of people. So that is one thing you really need to consider. I personally declined or refuse the sign-on bonus for that reason. I don't want to, it's a little scary to sign a contract and not know what it is that you're walking into, right? So if there's a way for you to maybe discuss with whoever is offering you the sign-on bonus, whether it's the coordinator, the DON, whoever it is that you're speaking to, ask them if, you could, work for a while, see how, you feel. And then later on, maybe a week or two later, if you actually like the place, you get a feel of the place, and you're willing to sign the sign-on bonus, then you sign it. Offer them to work for them without the sign-on bonus, see how it goes, and then see if they're going to be willing to give you the sign-on bonus later on. But you really need to take your happiness. You need to put your happiness first, right? Don't just sign things and not know exactly what it is that you're walking into. All right, so another thing you need to consider about sign-on bonuses, and this is what a lot of people don't know, you might see a $10,000 sign-on bonus, you might see a $5,000 sign-on bonus, and you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna hit a lick. Like, this is a lick. I'm just gonna, get this $5,000 and I'm gonna be able to do this and that and this and that. But one thing you really need to know about these nursing sign-on bonuses is that 97% of the time, not even 97, I would say 99% of the time, this is not a bonus that is given to you completely up front. So if they offer you a $10,000 sign-on bonus, this is not something that you're going to just get up front. They're not just going to throw 10 bags at you and be like, here you go, like, this is your gift. No, that's not the way it works. Usually they will split it up over time. So they might give you a little bit out of that money per paycheck. Now remember that your paycheck is taxable, right? So after they remove the taxes from your $10,000 sign-on bonus, it might not be $10,000 anymore. It might be $7,000, right? Or it can even be less depending on where you live and how high the taxes are. Here in Quebec, where I live, we have two taxes that amounts to 15%, right? So our taxes are pretty high up here. So you might not even get like the 10,000, or you will not get the $10,000 because it is taxable. So that is definitely something that you need to consider. And once again, it's not going to be given to you up front. It is going to be given to you in little chunks over time, and eventually you will get to that $10,000. So that is one thing that you need to consider about these nursing sign-on bonuses. So life is unpredictable. Things happen all the time. You may decide that you are no longer happy where you live and you want to move. I tend to do spontaneous things like that, where I just decide to move somewhere. I just decide to go somewhere. So that is why I personally didn't choose to take the sign-on bonus as well, because if you're anything like me and you're very spontaneous and you can kind of just pack your stuff and jump from one place to the other at any time, as soon as you feel a little bit intrigued by another place and you want to explore a little bit, it may be very hard for you to do that if you do decide to sign a sign-on bonus, right? Because once again, they make you sign this contract so that they keep you in the facility, so that they're guaranteed to have, the staff that they need, because they know that people are, quitting a lot or whatever the reason may be. So that's one. And two, if you do decide to break your contract, most people will either require for you to either pay back the full amount of your sign-on bonus or a percentage of it. And the percentage is usually not like half. It'll be like in the 80s and like 80% and up. So they're going to require for you to pay back most of the sign-on bonus if you decide to break your contract and leave. So this is not to discourage you or make it seem like sign-on bonuses are all bad, because once again, if you are 100% sure that this facility is a good facility, that the nurses are safe, that they have the equipment that is required, that they are well treated, and that they're not overworked and all burning out, then you're probably going to have a good experience. But like I said, if you are the spontaneous type of person, you might, and especially if you have a partner or something, maybe that has a job that may require for them to move to another place at a certain amount of time, at a certain time, you don't want to not be able to, go with your partner or whatever because you are stuck in this contract, right? There's a whole bunch of complications that can go into sign-on bonuses. So these are just things that you need to consider and that you need to think about, right? If it's a 1-year contract or a 2-year contract, those are not that bad. But once it gets to 4 or 5 years, that's a little bit extreme, right? Anything can happen in 5 years. People change. You might want to move. Anything can happen, right? And you don't want to be trapped. So that is something that you really need to consider about sign-on bonuses. Now, the only pro that I can really think of when it comes to nursing sign-on bonuses is the stability. You are guaranteed a job, you have a signed contract, you know how much you're making, you know what you're in, right? So you have your set amount of hours, you have your sign-on bonus, you have your job, and you know that you're stable, so that, you don't really have to stress about, maybe having to look for another job or not getting the amount of hours you want or anything like that, right? Everything is pretty much set for you. So, you have a good foundation, you have, something solid that you can depend on, right? But I don't know about you. Once again, it all depends on what it is that you want. If that is enough for you, if all you're looking for is stability and you're a hardcore nurse and you know that you can adapt and adjust in any environment and that you don't burn out easily, then you can go ahead and take the risk. But with the fact that life is unpredictable, who I was 5 years ago is not who I am now. In 5 years, you might have completely different goals than the ones that you have now, right? Things always change. So these are things that you really need to consider. And the last thing you want to do is take a bonus thinking, oh my God, I'm going to make all this extra money. And then the second that your plans change or your goals change and you want to go after a different mission or a different path in life, you're stuck having to pay back this amount of money that you could have the whole situation you could have just avoided from the beginning. So this is pretty much all I have to say about nursing bonuses. I need you guys to really think thoroughly about what it is that you're signing. Make sure that you read your contract properly. Make sure that you read that fine print. A lot of the times they will throw in a whole bunch of big words in there to kind of throw you off. A lot of the times it will also put a lot of pressure on you to get you to sign. So don't rush to sign, because you're excited to get a job, especially if you're a new grad nurse. New grad nurses are so excited to get in the field and be real nurses that sometimes we can be a little bit impulsive and irresponsible in the beginning because all we want to do is get in the field and do what it is that we love, right? But don't take that risk. So I would say take your time, read over your contract, ask your parents, ask your friends to read the contract and tell you what they think about the contract, or you can maybe even get a paralegal or a lawyer to read over the contract and tell you what the contract entails, or exactly what's in the contract, so that you know exactly what it is that you are signing. Because once your signature is on that paper, it is very hard to get out of it. And that is one of the things that I really do not like about contracts, right? Not being able to change my mind once that paper is signed. So think about it, make smart decisions, and I wish you guys the best of luck on your journey. For those of you who have signed sign-on bonuses in the past, like I said, please leave your experience down below, because I don't want people to be discouraged. Like I said, everybody's experience is different, so you may have a good experience. If you did, whether you had a good or bad experience, leave your experience down below so that everybody can use your information and your experience to make their final decision. And I really hope to see you guys in my next one. If you are new to the channel and not yet subscribed, please subscribe and turn on your notification bell to be notified when I post future content. I'll see you guys in my next one.